Everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is NGumah, founder of PATTERNOLOGY LAB. This episode is the 4th episode of how to trade patterns. Okay, now this video will be helpful for beginners, but the difficulty level is more like intermediate. Okay, we'll be going over my other trade this week and how it was not too predictable. I would say like maybe 95 to 97% predictable. And the main concept that I want you to understand today is a pattern within a pattern. So stay tuned. Now, before we begin, if you're new to this channel, definitely hit that subscribe button below and also hit that notification bell. That way you get notified when I release new videos. And it also allows YouTube to show these videos to more people so that they can get this knowledge as well. Alright y'all, now the trade that I took this week was on Walmart, and that trade I took it on Monday. Let's dive into Thinkorswim and see exactly how I approached it, okay? This right here is Walmart, and again, the trade was taken on Monday, alright? And I took this trade a little bit in a different fashion than I usually would. And the reason why is because of the structure, not on the 5-minute chart, but on the daily chart. Okay, let's go back into Thinkorswim and let's go into the daily chart, right? And right when it's downloading, okay. Now this right here is Walmart, and as you can see here, if you've been following and subscribing to the channel, I talked about this before, and I actually posted about this in the Instagram page as well. This right here is a big pattern, all right, and it is called a head and shoulders pattern. All right, this is the left shoulder, this is the head, and this is the right shoulder. Okay, and one thing that I was anticipating literally all week, right, because I was watching this for a while and I wanted the stock to break this line right here, right? I wanted the stock to break this line right here. So what I did was set an alert with this line like that, and I selected alert me when the stock price breaks above that line, and then I clicked create. And then I just started doing my thing, looking at other stocks, looking at other opportunities in the market. And then on Monday, my alert rang, and when it did, I went immediately to it and I looked at it on a 5-minute chart, right? Let me go back to Monday. I looked at it on a 5-minute chart, and if you go on a monitor tab, the way I approached this trade was to buy a call option, right, for $91, okay, at exactly 917.01. If you go back to the chart, 917.01 was somewhere in this candle right there, somewhere in this price range. And with all disclaimer, that trade was completely driven by FOMO, okay? That's all right. And that's completely all right, especially when you know the long-term price target, okay? And I will get to that in a moment. The price target that I had in mind was anything above 126, all right? And that's because of the way the pattern on a daily chart is structured, okay? Let's go back here on a daily chart, okay? And let's zoom in here. And I was happy taking money off the table anywhere in this zone right there because of all of these people who bought the top, who were waiting for the price to come back up there on Monday, all right? And what I was expecting is for all of them to, again, to take a small profit, right? To take a very small loss, or to just completely break even. That is why I chose 126 or anything above 126 as soon as it get up there. That is why I chose that price as my price target. Now, another reason why I let my FOMO take over and I jumped into the stock right away was because I was anticipating the stock to show an intraday pattern that will justify a move up to 126, okay? And the pattern that I was anticipating is this. Let's dive into Thinkorswim again, all right? And let's zoom in here. And let me take my drawing tool and let me connect these things right there. Let me connect the tops, okay, right there, and then let me connect the bottom. What you see right there is called a Bullish Planet For all of you newbies, I've talked about this before. I've definitely talked about it in my videos. It is on the Instagram page. You can easily find this on Google. It is very widely available and it works, okay? Now, I was anticipating the formation of this pattern, right? And as soon as I saw this around 1:30ish, I had a really good idea of when that price target would be reached, okay? Now, the Bullish Planet can take multiple paths to get to the price target. The tricky part was recognizing that it may not go all the way up to the price target in a straight line. And the more of these paths you know of that specific pattern, the more comfortable you are waiting until the time is right to sell. When the stock broke out at 140, right? I thought it was gonna go all the way up to 126 and maybe even 127. But as soon as I saw this thing roll over right here, I got really happy, all right? And the reason why I got so happy is because I have traded this specific path of the pattern before, all right? And I did so on Tesla. Let me bring that chart for y'all. Now, this right here is Tesla, okay? Now, let me blow that up for y'all, and we're gonna make a very good comparison of this thing. Now, on this trade, I got in right here, right? And as you can see, it went up, and then it dropped. And then when it dropped, it was very clear for me to wait until the very end of the day to get out for about a 20% profit. And if we look at our trade now, it's exactly what happened. All right, I could have added here, but I think I was trading in another stock and I wasn't paying too much attention to this. So if we go on the monitor tab, we can see that I got out of that call, right? I got out exactly 28 seconds before the market closed for $211. And if you look at the chart, that was literally right there in this very last candle, right above 126 as planned, all right? And that was about 110% of my money, which is not bad. Once again, the overall daily pattern was very clean. The most difficult part of it was the entry, right? Trying to get the entry right, and also anticipating an intraday pattern that would give you an indication of when you should be selling. And that involves patience, especially if you're a beginner. Like I could picture a lot of beginners getting in at the breakout at around 11:40, and then as soon as they see this thing roll over, they would break even or take a small loss right here and not be patient enough to see this thing run up to the top and then sell where they're supposed to sell. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the video. Again, if you have any questions at all, don't be shy. Definitely put it in the comment section below. I will get back to you as soon as I can, or I will just make another video about it and explain it thoroughly for you and for everybody else who is watching. Also, if you're new to this channel, definitely follow us on Instagram. I do post the patterns that I spot daily, and I do post my entries and my exits on there as well. My name is Paul with Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see y'all on the next one. Take care.